Hello, welcome back to Lou, Blue, and 3412, the craziest podcast out there. I don't. What do we call it?
We don't exactly have a tag yet, but we'll call it crazy. We'll call it the small streamer paradise. I don't know.
The streamer paradise.
Workshop it. Yeah, workshop it a little bit.
We'll definitely. We'll talk about it in Discord. So, of course, you have me, your one of your lovely hosts, Goth3412. I'm here with Dip and Blue, of course.
Hey, hello everybody. I am 100% a VTuber now, not like the last episode where y'all see my old self, but we good now.
We also have Luouija, of course, the Gothic Queen.
Hello. Glad to be back here.
and
It's been a while, but
I'm
glad
sorry.
we're all back.
It's been a while.
I know, like we all got caught up in October, and we have our lovely guest, our first ever guest for our podcast today. We have Quillpe,
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here.
the overseer of Vault Q. Hello,
That's
welcome.
me. That's me.
Oh my gosh. We were just talking out behind the scenes prior to like this podcast and like how all three of us really look up to you. And that's why we decided you to be our first official guest to the Lou, Blue, and 3412 podcast. So welcome.
That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm excited to be your first guest.
Yeah, because I believe like a lot of us share one thing in common. Definitely, we all had like a very similar way on how we all started off as content creators here, right? Like we all started in Zuckerberg's territory from back then, and
The blue side.
I'm sorry, I can't contain myself every time. Okay.
Ooh.
It's just like me being Johnny Silverhand and like Arasaka. Zuckerberg. Anyway, but we can't deny how we all started, right? Like from the last podcast we talked about like how we all started, how it was like back in Facebook. But now we'd like to ask you, Quill, since we're not jumping straight into the topic just yet, right? But like let's ask you, and like anybody can throw in their opinion on here too, right? Like, what is it like for you to like start off with Facebook? I know we all started like an Animal Crossing family, and like we remember like you were probably one of the very first ones who transitioned to Twitch out of our fam. So yeah, what was that like?
Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah, like you said, I started on Facebook like everybody else. I started over there watching Sachi and her Animal Crossing streams. I thought it was so cool how she was doing bells or no bells, and made it into a game show, and everyone was chatting, and I had never even looked at streamers before. And so I knew I wanted to get a Switch. I wanted to start streaming, and that's what I did. It took a little bit to get the Switch, so I was starting with just like a really crappy computer, and but eventually went over to the Animal Crossing thing like everybody else did. But I guess Facebook versus Twitch, I started doing both at the same time, probably 6 months into streaming, I want to say. I started June 2020 over on Facebook. And then October 2020, I started diversifying a little bit and seeing what Twitch is like. Because I can't stay still. I literally can't. I have to keep doing things and trying new things. And so I'm like, ooh, Twitch. So let's check that out. And I would say Animal Crossing wise, I did not have as much success over there versus Facebook, but I also think that might be because I do so many different things. I was never just an Animal Crossing streamer, like even when I was doing it almost every day. But let's see. Another difference that I found was Facebook, like to get supporters and things like that, it's a lot different. So if you know affiliate versus supporters, I don't know what it is now on Facebook, but back in my day, it was you had to have 100 followers. You had to No, that's for Level Up.
I think
forget.
that was for Level Up. Yeah.
That was for Level Up. So for correct me if I mistake. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's fine.
You had to.
It's been a while for all of us, hon.
Right? Like what? All I
To
know
get
is you had to.
supporters?
Yeah, it was like 250
200
people had. Yeah,
Yeah, returning viewers, which was really
Returning.
complicated. And like we had to spell it out for every viewer, like what a
Every-
returning viewer
please
was.
like, please share.
Ugh.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the
Oh,
like.
God.
Thank you for the shares.
Gosh.
Wasn't there like a rewatch thing too? Like returning viewers also meant like you had to ask your viewers to
Yeah.
rewatch old streams.
They
And
had
I
to be
didn't know
considered
that.
returning.
And I didn't know that about like the loophole, I guess you could call it, if people were willing to do that. But yeah, so it was 250 returning viewers. So a person had to watch you 1 week for like at least 3 minutes or something, and then come back the following week and do the same. And I didn't know about the loophole. So I was streaming every single day, maybe off on Sundays. I can't remember. Twice a day. So I was streaming at noon and I was streaming at 8 p.m. Usually till after midnight for like 3 weeks to get supporters.
God dang.
Versus, yeah, it was how did I do that? How did I don't know. But and then Twitch, it took me maybe a week to get affiliate because the community that I already had came over to help out.
Mhm.
And you just have to have 50 followers, have an average of 3 viewers with I think 7 streams of at least over 7 days or more, something like that.
Yeah.
And so a lot easier.
It
Not to
was.
mention you got stickers right away.
Mhm.
You didn't get
Right, the
sticker,
emotes. Oh
the
my
emotes
God.
you get right away
And-
with. Yeah,
And like channel points too, like
Channel
people could
points.
like interact
Game
without having
changer.
to like directly
The
donate.
integrations.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Game integrations, like for example, people playing Cult of the Lamb, if they're streaming it on Facebook, like Senpai streams it on Facebook and Twitch, and obviously it's a lot more fun on Twitch because of the integrations.
That's
like
true.
otherwise you just do it
Mhm.
manually and it's fine, of course. Like maybe it's a little more personal even because you're
Mhm.
like picking them out of the chat maybe. But yeah, the integrations and all the things that were already set up because Twitch is already so established was a big pull to stay over there. I mean, regardless whether they deleted my page or not and then gave it back. But for those of you that don't know, Facebook took my page away for no reason
Mhm.
and then gave it back for no reason. And that was kind of my last, like, you know what? I'm just gonna go over to the purple side,
Maybe
like, I'm just
Facebook isn't it,
We're just gonna go.
It was
Yeah.
the last crack.
Like,
Exactly.
I
But
remember that.
I think that was a very
fiasco.
long-winded. Yeah, it was. I don't think
That
I
was
even
scary.
cried. It was just shock. It was just like, I
I remember
worked for
Twitter
this.
really came through for you. Like
Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, Twitter was a big help. Everyone retweeting and yeah, it was insane. And like all the support and things. I will always continuously be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised, but like pleasantly surprised by how the community comes together when there's a tragedy or there's something that is unfair and needs to be fixed. Like there are people getting randomly banned on Twitch for no reason.
Yeah.
And things like that. And it still takes a while for the giant corporate conglomerates to get back to us, but we got the support behind us, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease, they say. So I will always be appreciative of that.
Yeah. Like it's just kind of cool because during the last podcast, like Lou and Goth and I were like discussing like just how clunky FBG was. And it's funny because when I was going through some other podcasts regarding streaming, I realized that a lot of people are already thinking like the top 3 streaming platforms right now are Twitch, YouTube, and not Facebook gaming. Surprisingly, top 3
Really?
is TikTok now, even for gaming, which
Yes.
is mind blowing. And I'm like, wow, like
Yes. They gave me access to TikTok Live Studio.
Right.
It's just like there's not as many things to do. as like OBS, which is what I use with Twitch. But like I can do both at the same time now that they took off that little affiliate agreement. You can't co-stream to Facebook still or YouTube because that's a direct competitor, but you can to TikTok, and I think it's amazing. Like
that's great. Use it
you
while
can set it up.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Like before they change the rules again.
Sure, you never know.
Yeah,
they'll probably.
But it was really simple.
Well. Yes, I feel you.
Just keep going, and you get a different crowd, and different people might be not looking at streams. Then they go on TikTok and be like, "Oh my gosh, you're live," and things like that, and it's great.
You're really good at building audiences, like wherever you plant yourself. I've noticed. So like your TikTok audience is kind of a branch off of your stream, and it's really well done over there as well. So like I think it's smart for you specifically to go live on TikTok too, because I'm not like in your community on TikTok, but I've noticed like you have a very like a lot of self-help and a lot of like motivational stuff on there. I think that's good. Like, and then they'll come to your stream through that. And like, it's just a good like little circle you're forming of like, I think it's smart for you to utilize both and stuff.
Absolutely. I need to get back to it. Like my niche over there is very like broad, and TikTok hates that. Like, so right now I've been doing a lot of like, makeup thing. I just put my gaming headset on and, and like, I need to be more creative with that, but
I hope they're going to like branch away from that, because they're going to try to hopefully they try to focus more on like lifestyle stuff. So it'll be more in your benefit too. But like, the trends are hopefully dying away, which is something I think all of us are burnt out on. It's just like all of the trends, everyone just doing the same trend. Like, but I think that opens up a lot of opportunity for people like you to do like makeups, like to have the broad range and stuff.
Yeah,
and, like,
it does help when I do like a drag makeup or something. They're like, oh, they do drag, but yeah, I definitely would like to explore my niche a little bit more and stuff like that.
They do love niche though. Oh my God.
Love it. Oh, they love
if you
it.
have like, if you have like a pet frog that has a wheelchair that is dressed like a clown, like that
you better not do any other video. Just
that frog will pay your rent. Like you have a niche on TikTok, you are set for life. I know that's like the biggest I think that's like the biggest thing that gets people too. It's like it can either depress you when you're like, oh, I don't have that niche, but then you can also just be like, okay, that's okay. Like I have a lot of interests and I'll just kind of work with that too. And I think we kind of relate to that, like where we have a lot of different interests and it's hard to zone in on like
it really is. It really is. I mean, look at my shelf.
Right.
Look at, like that's my brain. This is like
it's hard.
We've got the shelves. The shelves show it.
The shelves with all the like random stuff. Like that's how the brain is. And I can't narrow it down right now. Maybe at some point I'll be like, yes, that's it. But for now I'm just throwing it all at the wall and see what sticks, Oh
yeah. That's how I feel like my TikTok content's going too. Like I post like clips from streams, or like I thought about doing that ride along thing with my car. Or like I even thought like if like by the time I actually get a new car, I'll just shift my content to car stuff, because that's literally all on my FYP. But like but like at the same time,
I like it.
Thank you. But like at the same time, it's like I don't know like where to like pin it at, to like establish yourself. Because like as a content creator, you have to have like that one. I want to talk about those ideas in a hot minute, like for real. But like
totally.
But like it's so hard to like find that one thing that you're gonna like pin yourself towards, that you can not only understand and help other people understand, but to also stand out at the same time. I feel like that's one big struggle that we all have being like a content creator.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I do a lot of I do singing on stream, but I can't like play an instrument yet. I have the guitar in the corner, but I haven't learned to play it yet. So it's like I'm stuck with the karaoke tracks, and I can only do so much with that. So it's like music streams, it's great, but it doesn't really feel like that's 100% it. So I haven't like found, and I love playing like games on stream, of course. Like I like playing the random indie horror games and like whatever I feel like. But again, if you can't pin it down,
yeah, it kind of like when it starts getting a little bit all over the place. Like, I know for a fact that like with us all being like a variety streamer of some degree, when we start finding ourselves going like from one genre to another or shifting from one thing to another, it kind of hits us in a bad way in terms of how put out our content becomes.
Right.
You know, because we all understand like some algorithm out there, like I don't want to be the one that says it's the algorithm, but like something out there is telling us that we need consistency, not just with our audience, but with our content, because that's what's punishing us from having or retaining that audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
it really gets you to that moment where you're just so burnt out because you're trying all these things at once. But the
Right.
reason why you're doing so is because you can't really like figure out what you are or where you want to be at.
Right. And like, oh, I wanted to try this game, and maybe this will be my thing for a couple months. You know, like I tried to play Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and a bunch of people followed me through that. Like I played it for maybe 2 or 3 streams, and I'm like, I'm not feeling it, you know. And so those people probably never came back. Like,
yeah, no, like when I did, like randomly when I did before Spooktoberfest happened, I was doing American Truck Simulator, and I started getting like all these like people from the American Truck Simulator community, and then I never played it again, and I never saw them again. And I'm like, well, what do you know?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, I've seen
It's
it a lot
hard.
too. Like,
Yeah.
for my Yakuza streams, like I had like
Oh,
a bunch of
yeah.
people coming up for like the for the whole Yakuza community. Apparently that's a thing too. And I'm like, where are you guys? I'm beating up people in a different game. Is it that? I'm like, is it that similar? Aren't you guys happy, or you just guys want to see me do the whole character doing funny karaoke scenes and stuff like that? But it's,
maybe.
but you know,
Tell me what you want, everybody. Please.
like I
Oh my
really
God.
but what's really cool is that if you find that 5 or 10 people who show up in your streams
Yes.
just for you, you know, like no matter what the hell you play, they're
Exactly.
there. And they always have like a special place in my heart. Like I
Yeah.
have friendos who show up for all of the fighting games and play with me, and like everything else, like the Persona. I've been playing Persona 5 Royale lately, and then they're still
You
showing
have?
up. Yes.
I just
You
got
stream
it.
it?
I just started playing it too.
Oh, you guys are in for a treat.
I'm about to stream it too. Oh my god, I'm
Oh
like
my
so
God.
excited.
It's
Like,
it's in
I'm
Game
so
I need to
Pass.
find my
excited.
capture
let me
card.
derail this real quick, but like
Mhm.
Persona 5 is such a like the art style, the music, everything
It's
about
my
it is
You're
so
in an
favorite.
anime.
stylized. It's
I
stylized
know.
so beautifully. Absolutely
Yes.
gorgeous from the series. But like personally,
Oh my god.
if you wanted like a Persona that's like a little bit like of that funny, like a little bit more on a comedic side, I'd say Persona 4. That's my personal favorite.
I
Okay.
love 4 too. 4 is good.
Oh, you
I haven't
played
played
4
any of
too?
them.
Oh,
I
damn.
Oh my
haven't
god,
played any of them.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
I need to play
dude.
Golden though.
Golden was like
I
the cherry on
know.
top of a beautifly made cake, I swear. But like
Wow.
I
Hugh,
got
Oh,
the
I
you
bad
love
gotta
it.
ending in
try it.
4.
You
So
got
I have
the
to replay it. I know. I
That
had to
was
replay it. Like it cut my
I haven't
game way too short.
I haven't played 4 yet.
Oh
We'll
my
talk
God.
about
No,
this later.
Yeah, I haven't
yeah,
played
no,
it.
this is an after stream thing. All right, going back.
Wait, I mean, yeah. So like going back, like I've always noticed, like again, just like how we look up to Quill, like she really has people really staying in everything she does, and picking
Oh
up
yeah.
audiences from TikTok, picking up audiences in Twitch. It's absolutely fantastic. Like, what was that team called that you're in? The Kindness Collective?
Yeah, I'm in the
Mhm.
Kindness Collective. It was started by Hairless Kittens,
Oh,
Nick Screams,
okay.
and
Aw.
Great Lamb and Great Lamb. So
Mhm.
Nick is the partnered streamer. So and the other two are not, but they all formed the team together, and it seemed like such a good vibe. Like a lot of them are Dead by Daylight streamers, but they do have been branching out to more like
Okay.
random content for me and things like it wasn't a requirement. And I was in a different team at the time that was like a huge team. Like they scouted me and came to my stream, and they like made a huge announcement and stuff on their page, and it was like very intimidating. And they had people on staff to like edit stuff for you too, and it was like cool, but I felt like not okay asking them to edit stuff for me. And like it just I ended up leaving that team. I could have stayed because you can be on several teams at once.
Yeah.
But the Kindness Collective is small, but it is much more the chill vibe, not like an esports vibe.
Yeah,
Like kind of thing.
I'm glad you went with like your gut on that. You know, you went with like,
and they were really chill.
Yeah,
they're like, you can come back
Mhm.
anytime and things like that if you decide you want to. And I thought that was really really cool of them. But it was I don't know, not necessarily too broy, but kind of like most
No,
of their
I get
content.
that.
Like a lot of people are like FPS games, nothing wrong with that. A lot of
Mhm.
people were like sports games and stuff, and I'm like, that's great. Why did you scout me though? I was doing art.
So it was more of like an
like,
esports league kind of team.
Kind of like they had their own studio in Florida for this team.
Wow.
Like it was really cool, but I was really intimidated. So maybe at some point I'll be like, hey, how's it going? Like I feel comfortable, like, you know, now that I've figured out my content a little bit more, I'm here, you know. But like, yeah, at this point it was very intimidating. So it's like
yeah. That doesn't sound too personal.
No, it definitely wasn't. And like that's great. They just want to expand, you know, their people.
That.
Totally. Yeah. And I was very flattered, like, to be like freaking scouted. Like I think I was doing an art stream when the guy's like, hey, can I message you? And I'm like, yeah. Sure. Sure. I think I was doing like some weird art stream. Like I guess they were trying to branch out or something. I don't know. But the Kindness Collective is very chill. Everyone, like, I've met a bunch of people that are on the team, like Hella Caddy's on that team, Melavision's on that team, a bunch of really great people that I've met in person now, and I can't wait to meet the rest of them. So yeah, check them out.
Speaking of meeting people in person, I want to ask you, how was TwitchCon?
Oh my god, good question.
I'm sorry, I just because I mean, like segue, like 5 stars, love that. But like I've been seeing it like all over Twitter, all over Instagram with like so many friends all together, and I'm just like hardcore FOMO, but like at the same time,
absolutely.
I just really want to know, like, how was it? Because I know Lou, you went too, didn't you?
Yeah.
I want to know for you guys. How was TwitchCon for y'all?
TwitchCon
was just a trip.
It was, yeah, definitely. Like,
well, Quillpe went to actual TwitchCon. You talk about the actual con while I pee really quick. Oh, she got up too.
Wait, no. No, she's gonna show something.
Okay, I'm really quick.
I got my
badge. I'll be right back. I'm like really quick. One sec.
No worries.
Talk about that.
No worries.
But
that's a cute badge.
Yeah, isn't it cute? Yeah. So hang on, I'm out of the microphone here. But got a bunch of signatures and things, and tons of pins, like so many pins. But it was really a great experience. I definitely want to go back to TwitchCon again and like actually take some of the classes that they had going on, because I didn't go to any of them.
Classes?
Yeah, so like I've been to several conventions before that were book related, and they'd have things like author related things versus like marketing, stuff like that. So they had classes for different topics having to do with Twitch, having to do with growing your audience, things like that, like different little even events. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I didn't end up going to any of them because there was so much going on. But so they had a big area with like all the different vendors and companies and stuff that were there, like booths and all kinds of stuff to look at. Like they had the game Grounded was there.
Yeah.
And they had a giant spider you could take a picture with.
Oh god.
And it was so cool. Like they had like giant blades of grass, and the creators of Goose Goose Duck were there. So I got to meet Canadian Thor in person, and they had a giant like goose walking around. Like it was like a legit thing. And it was really cool. But the thing I took away from TwitchCon the most, like if I never went back to the convention again, was meeting up with the people that we met online. That was, you know, like you probably heard about some of like the drama and horrible experiences people had at TwitchCon, but like our group that we met and got to hang out with at least a little bit, like, was iconic, and such an experience. And I saw Hella Caddy and I cried. Like she walked into the restaurant and I just cried. Like I was not expecting that energy. I don't know, like her vibe is just
Yeah, no,
my God,
I
I
you
agree.
know,
I agree.
right? It was
Yeah, she's
I didn't even get a picture
magical.
with her. She's magic. She's magic. But
Absolutely, dude. Holy crap.
she is. She absolutely is magic. But and that goes for a lot of the people that I met. Like some other members of the Kindness Collective. I met some and at TwitchCon, and then a couple weeks before, I had a mini Vault Dweller and Friends meetup in
That's right,
Chicago.
you did.
And met some Vault fam and other streamers and stuff there. And it's just, I can't get over the feeling of people knowing you online and taking time out of their day to fly into a city maybe where they've never been to see you. That like I also cried there because like that blew my mind so much. Like
very mind blowing.
I definitely like I understand that 100% when I was in California earlier this year, and then like we like out of like at first it was just me talking to like Servios and like Unpearl and Boob Smack as well, just a small bit of us, and we're just all like, hey, like let's do something while I'm here in the United States, because like it cost an arm and a leg to get here in the first place, but since I'm on the same landmass as y'all, like might as well do something. And then it was just the four of us. Like I was just thinking the four of us, and then like it turned into this thing where it was like 15 people all going over to Las Vegas. Like my own moderator from like Canada, like Groggy, ended up flying over too, and like that's when I also met like Hella Caddy and like Sita Pita, and like it was honestly, it was like a dream freaking come true that I'm meeting all these people, because I always see y'all like on a screen, like on a monitor, and like to actually hug you guys in real life, it's crazy.
Speaking of FOMO, by the way, I was like, oh, I want to be in Las Vegas right now.
Oh my god, it would have been even more perfect if you were there too. Next time, trust me, we'll have a lot more time to like plan it out, and like a longer weekend, because trust me, one weekend was like not enough. Oh my god, it should have been
absolutely.
Take me in your suitcase. God.
Yes, just have it
Hey, it's okay. We'll just you're like all cybernetics now, so we'll just take you apart and reassemble you back in California.
Perfect.
Easy.
Yeah.
I'll send you my VRM file. Don't worry about it.
Have like an attaché case with like a small disc in there or something. Like
it's like
old school. Hell yeah.
Yeah, old school.
Just like gotta boot them up somewhere now too.
It's like the Johnny Silverhand biochip, and then you can just like reanimate me somewhere else. I'm like, all right, I'm here. I didn't have to go through integration.
Hell yeah.
So Quillpe was like, you were like in the nitty gritty of like the entire con of TwitchCon, right? So Lou, what was your experience like, if you don't mind me asking?
I was just there witnessing everybody meeting each other and like just the different streamer groups and stuff. But like it was just wild. Like I've just become such a recluse even more. I mean, obviously we all have kind of done that since COVID, but it was like just a trip to even be out of Texas and just to like,
what is travel?
I mean, yeah. Like I talked to Doyle every day, and just people that flew in from the Discord and the stream and stuff every day. It's just wild to like, it was just surreal. And then San Diego itself though is kind of mid. I mean, it was okay. I just wish it was I wish it had been in like in LA or something. Just like a place that had a little bit more like shit to do or stuff to do.
Yeah.
But besides that, like it wasn't about the stuff to do. It was just really wild. I lost my wallet for a while. That took a while to at the bar one night.
Gotta add your own adventure in, Lou. Not enough to do. Lose your wallet.
And then I met. Well, this is why it was magical though. I'm like, okay, on like the night where I met everybody, you know, like where it was Doyle's birthday and it was just wild. I lost my wallet, but then the next hour I met a magician outside of the bar, and he did these like magic tricks for us, and it was like this experience, and it was just cool because all that shit could happen like, oh my god, I'm so sorry for cursing. All that stuff could happen like while we're hanging out in the stream and stuff, but it was just really cool to like, you know, when you meet in person, you can just kind of look at each other and just have like a look and you just laugh together with like just eye contact. Like that stuff I missed. I missed a lot of that. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
being in person and like that. Yeah. And it was really, really cool to like see Doyle smile after saying something, things like that.
Mm.
I was like,
Yes.
oh my God, it's so cool to see like how you talk like in person. I was just tripping out about all of it. So that
No,
was my
I had a great time
experience.
hanging out with you. Like
Oh
I
my God,
wish we
yeah.
could
We
hang
slept
out
in the
more.
same bed.
We were like,
Quillpe and I
yeah,
slept in
we
the
were
same
sharing a
bed.
room. Yeah.
oh,
We were chilling. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got the same vibe in person. Like, similar vibe in person, and it was amazing.
She puts on like this rain music or like this rain
Rain sounds to sleep
simulation.
every
Rain
night.
sounds.
Yeah.
And they are like the best. She found like the most immersive, and it was really helpful to go to sleep to and to end the night with.
Rainymood.com, sponsor me.
Rainymood.com.
Dude,
you heard
she
it.
Rainymood.com.
nailed it.
Yep.
I love
Yes.
Rain. That was by far the best
It's
Rain
perfect.
playlist I had ever heard. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it
it
was
does a
it
little
was a good time.
thunder, like in and out, like natural. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
It
But
was fun though. It was trippy.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
absolutely.
Especially like seeing everyone from like who was there, like just seeing it all being tweeted out and like posted on Instagram. It was so cool seeing like everyone else's perspectives of like what they were doing throughout the whole con. And like I love that, honestly. I love being able to see like, oh, so this is like what Q's been up to. And then it's like, oh, like this is what Cedar Peta's been up to as well. It's
Oh my
great. And then,
God.
like seeing like everyone like in the same room, but like posting from like a different perspective kind of like gave me that feeling like I was with y'all, like of course the goal of social media, it's been
You're
made.
included. You are
Yeah,
included.
I felt like I
Yeah.
was included. It was great.
That's
And like
great.
I don't know, but like being there or like actually being present is definitely like a 100% different vibe,
Oh yeah.
like exactly
Yeah.
what Lou was saying, like when you trade a look at someone and you just laugh at that, like that has to be
Yeah.
one of the most human interactions that I actually forgot about, or like I forgot the sensation
Yeah.
of because of
Yeah.
COVID.
Exactly.
And
I know. I
especially
was
like
Crazy.
tripping.
you meet all these people online and you get to know them super well, and then you meet them in person and you're like, I know you more than I thought I did. Like
Right?
like
Oh my God.
you
Yeah. It
just
was so
like you
chill
share
when
the
we
look,
met.
like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We just kind of like said hi, and like I don't really freak out when I meet people. I do, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it happens,
like
sometimes it doesn't.
internally
But for
screaming.
us,
You're
like,
like,
yeah, like for
ah.
Quillpe, we kind of just went like, oh my God, what's up? And then we just like continued hanging out because like
Where'd you
it
like
felt like we just
playing
continued internet
where'd you
hanging
play the
out.
black I think Lou was playing the Black Parade out the window at the
Yeah.
airport for me.
Yes.
Nice.
I love that.
Like
I love
I
that.
just wanted this single piano note that bang.
when I was
But I couldn't find her. I was like looking for like her
yeah,
bright hair.
it was like a really, really busy section. I'm like, I am over by this one thing. Yeah.
It's like
I'd
start
never been there
playing the
before.
mic chem. She'll appear.
Oh my
But if
god.
you're
I
listening
heard my
and
song.
if you're a Quillpe viewer and you're a fan of Quillpe, she's like 100 times like more chill in person too. Like you're just it was so easy to talk to you. So easy. Like there was
I'm
nothing,
glad.
no struggle. You're
Yeah, like, who I am
the same
online
person and better in
is the
person.
same. Yeah.
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 It was great. So
Yeah.
And
no
honestly,
I'm
catfish
glad.
over here, y'all. Confirmed, not a catfish. She's the real deal.
honestly, with us being like online content creators, that has to be one of the best kind of like realist compliments you can get from
It
someone.
really
that's
is.
true.
It really is.
Like when like people said that about me, like it was Groggy that said that, and I was just like, we were driving because like after Vegas, like Groggy spent like a couple days over in LA so that we could hang out. And then like when we were driving in the car and he said like, like it is like for real, you are the same person that you are online. And I'm just like, I legit was about to cry
Aw.
because like honestly it's like
it's beautiful.
not
Yeah.
only does that like it's definitely like that moment where like you're realizing that you are internalizing who you really are,
Mhm.
and that since you're so comfortable with that and being able to put that out on the online world, and then to have someone see it in the real world and confirm that it's just the same thing, that has to be like the most realist compliment anyone can give you
Yeah.
as a content creator.
Yeah,
Actually,
sometimes sorry, go ahead, Dean.
oh okay. So I was gonna add that too, like, a lot of ever since like the COVID thing has been like kind of dying down, and I've been seeing a lot of people meeting up each other. Like Elmo visiting here in the Philippines was actually a pretty big deal too.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like
my god.
it was. Here's the thing, I've always noticed when it comes to a small time peeps, like you meet the exact person you see online, and that's so good. You know, he's the same old
Yes.
jolly
Yeah.
dad that you see on stream. You know, if you bumped into Elmo streams a few times, he's literally the same
Yes.
person. I picked him up in the
I love
airport.
Elmo.
I love him.
I love
He's
him so
great.
much. Like I picked him up in the airport. The only thing that was just so weird to me was like when the first thing he said was like, "Oh my gosh, you're big," and I'm like, "Excuse me."
He said the same thing to me
Like,
too.
oh my gosh, you're big. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean, sir? Do you want me to kick you out of my
I'm
car?
gonna drive away right now.
No, honestly, like like we had this little dinner thing with like all the
Yeah.
other like streamers here,
Mhm.
and I think it was like Blue and Elmo who were like one of the last few people to arrive.
Mhm.
And then so I went around from the side of my house because we were all just in my backyard. Went around from the side of my house, and I didn't see them. And then apparently they went through the front door, and they were
Mhm.
going out the front door just to go to the backyard. And then Elmo was there, and he was all like, "Is that Goth? You're so much bigger in person." I'm like, "Get out of my house!"
Bye.
Excuse me.
No.
But like, no, I totally get it because, like, you know, when you're like, again, when you're looking at someone through like a camera, you
Yeah.
can't really like gauge, like, you know, it's like
Right.
I could
I think
like,
everyone's my height. Like it's just in my brain. I'm like,
Right?
everyone's my height.
Yeah.
Like
dude, seriously, it's so crazy. So I totally get where he's coming from because, like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, well, I'm not by any means, I'm not like a petite little boy, like for sure, but I'm pretty sure like it was above some sort of expectation he had of me, you know?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
imagine me being able to meet VTubers. Like, yeah, we you guys look so
Oh my
different
God.
from your
Oh
avatars,
yeah.
which is kind of
You're
neat.
not animated. Ah.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
I've met some VTubers from here in the Philippines.
Mhm, mhm.
Like there's a little meetup. Well, first it was gonna be like a VTuber only thing, but then Blue brought me along. That was a tongue twister. He brought me along
Mhm.
as like the token flesh tubing friend. And, and then like because
No
I
way.
know of these like streamers already,
Mhm.
and then when I finally like got like face to face, I'm like, and you are, you know, and then like when they say their
Right.
username, I'm like,
oh
no way, you know?
That's why
Like,
for my Chicago meetup, I had name tags. Like
oh,
you
dude,
could put your
name
username
tags.
on it. Like I had
I
name
need name
tags.
tags. I swear to God.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Like
just
the
to
next
make it
VTuber meetup
easier,
that happens.
less anxiety, you know, like name tag. Hello.
Oh, for real. No, I feel like those are like a quintessential thing to have
Yes.
as part of your outfit for whenever you go to a convention now.
That's true.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't lose your friends, chat. Like, don't lose your friends, everybody on these conventions. Like, there's a lot of these conventions nowadays. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you get lost. My gosh, I remember like the whole Rev Major thing that took place here, and a fire started in the middle of one.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't lose your friends. Always have like a system. Every time you go on to a
Buddy
con, a
system.
buddy
Yeah.
system.
This
That's
Yeah.
right.
buddy system.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I
Have one
think
of
like
those.
when I was in Vegas, I think it was Groggy that was like, it was either Groggy or Unpearl. One of the two was with me, like when
Mhm.
someone was getting shit faced. No, they both went to they
Yeah.
both left me to get drunk, and I'm like, well, both of my buddies are drunk, so what now?
What now? I don't have a backup, buddy.
Dude, I know, right? Like I was going in a little bit of a panic.
Yeah.
You're like really left alone at that point.
Oh my
No, I'm
God.
just like in the corner, just sitting there watching them like start taking shots, and I'm
Like-
just there with a Coke, like I'm the designated
No,
driver.
I
Yeah.
feel that like
Yeah.
in TwitchCon especially, like I hung out with Gordy Gaming almost the whole time. He's like my brother now. Like he's just so, you know, but like he kept me safe, like because there were weirdos at the bar. Lou Doyle and I were just hanging outside the bar, and someone comes up, they're like, pink
Oh,
hair, black
yeah.
hair, or blue hair. Those are my choices tonight. And Gordy just stood in between us and was like, nope. And he's
was
so nice and so
awesome.
chill. And he was
what?
like, nope. Like
You know what? Hats off to Gordy, because like I would have caused a
an
scene.
icon. Oh yeah, no, he
Like,
was very
holy
like
crap.
turned his back on him and everything. It was like, no. Like
It was
absolutely
great. Very
not.
smooth
Yeah.
too.
Good
Very
take.
Very
smooth.
smooth.
I'm proud of you, Gordy. Hell
Gordy's
yeah.
a good buddy.
Yeah,
Gordy's a good
honestly,
buddy for sure.
he didn't think twice. He just like
Mm-mm.
like yeah,
Good.
stepped in.
Yeah. And it was
Alright.
just some
Cool.
rando. It wasn't like a streamer or anything. Like it was just some rando on the street. We're just
Y'all heard it
You
here,
know,
though.
Gordy's taller than I thought. I mean, not like I
Gordy's
don't know,
tall.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I met Gordy, I was like, whoa. I mean, not like yeah,
It's like
Gordy's
you don't
tall,
think
everybody.
Gordy's tall for sure. What were you saying, Goth? What are you saying?
I was just saying, like, y'all heard it here first. Like, Gordy gave me buddy.
Gordy gaming,
Yeah.
everybody.
Great to go
Like-
out with. Like
Yes. He's chaos incarnate,
yeah.
but he is the sweetest. He is. Yeah.
He sang Dream Girls at karaoke. He did, and I'm
So
telling you, the
was
Jennifer Hudson version. It was so
Really?
good.
I'm
I have
gonna
it all on my
love
phone.
you. That one. It was
Yeah.
so good. Belted it right out. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw you
Yeah.
guys were doing karaoke at a bar.
Yeah,
Holy
I
crap.
sang Creep. I sang Creep,
know,
of
I
course,
was
because that's
like,
like
Yes.
gotta sing
Emo
it.
queen.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But
Gotta roll
yeah,
it
right
out.
at the end of the night, we were like there super late, and I'm like, I'm not leaving until I hear Gordy sing. And then he sang. I was like, God, mind
Worth the wait.
blown. Worth the wait. Exactly. Exactly. One thing I'll say, like totally kind of like off topic about TwitchCon and
Mhm.
the time difference. So I'm in Central Time and going to California time. I think I need to start like training myself to wake up at a certain time and stay up a certain point, because the first like 2 days I was so exhausted at like midnight, like because it was 2 a.m. by me
Mhm.
usually, and it was I felt like an old grandma.
Jet lag is real.
So I got to get used to that. Yeah, the jet lag. I didn't even think about it.
Uh,
Yeah. Like I lucked out when I was in when I went to California, because as soon as we landed, it was just roughly about like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And then my uncle picked us up. We drove my grandmother to where she had to stay, and then we went out for dinner. And then by the time we got to the place I was staying at, it was already like 9 p.m. And immediately I took a warm shower, and then I knocked right out by 11, woke up at 7 a.m. the next day, and I'm like, jet lag who? But like I've had experiences where my jet lag would make me sleep all the way until like noon the next day.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, I slept at 9. What happened? You know?
Yeah, mine was like I had such trouble staying up late, but then I'd be awake at like 7 a.m. the next day. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going into town to San Diego to like walk around. Like I'm on vacation. Yeah, it was chill. Everyone else in the Airbnb was like, you're away, you're gone already. Where'd you go? Like, I'm on vacation. I'm going. Like,
It's like I'm going places.
yeah, exactly. Got breakfast by myself. They had like fresh squeezed orange juice with like a machine and everything. It was so cool. I was
Love
legit.
that.
Yeah.
Orange juice
So-
sounds good right now.
Dude, right? So like speaking of like friends, family, community, one question we do have to ask you, Q, is
Yeah.
what was your experience? Because you said a while ago, right, that you were basically both on Facebook and Twitch at a point
Yeah.
in time. What was your experience of fully transitioning all the way to be on Twitch full time? Like what was your personal experience, and how did your community interact, or how did they take the shift with them?
Most of them were pretty cool about it. Some of them were not a fan of Twitch at first. They're like, I don't like the setup. I don't like how this works. You know, you're used to Facebook. Like, where do I like? That was like the main thing. Like, how do I like the stream? Like, and that kind of thing. But I think part of the reason it was such an easy transition for me was the traumatic exit that I had. Because everyone's like, whatever you do, we're gonna support you. And yeah, some people didn't come over, but like a majority did, because like they're like, this wasn't really your fault, they kind of made the decision for you, and we'll come over to Twitch with you, and it's gonna be fine, you know. So my experience was it wasn't too bad because the community was there and everyone was willing to support and come over with me, especially since it was such a, you know, shit show at the end there with them just taking my page away for a little bit and stuff like that. And yeah, it was great, honestly.
We love the Facebook breakup. Like we love the forced Facebook breakup to get us to really move the heck on.
Right,
you know?
Lou too. Lou's like, yeah, I got supporters, and they're like, oh yeah,
It's like
scammer.
Like, your partner's cheating on you or something. Like it's like, okay, bye. Like we're done then. You know,
Oh
like
my God,
no
right?
second thoughts.
Oh,
And
God.
like I get you on that. It was good to like just kind of be like, nope, it's happening now, y'all. Like
Exactly. It's like it is literally happening now. It sucks. It is what it is, and I'm over here now. So come on over. Let's get the Twitch affiliate.
Yeah, I understand 100%. But like, do you feel like when you made the shift to a more well-known like streaming platform, do you feel like being able to shift your content as well became easier with the shift of the platform?
I think so. I mean, still on Twitch, the discoverability is not amazing. You know, obviously, like it's just not for that. But like one thing on Facebook I couldn't do at the time, I don't know if they have it now, but I couldn't tag art streams. And one of the things I was doing a lot at the time during my transition was I was doing art streams twice a week. And I wanted to be able to tag it to find, you know, if people wanted to see art. And that's how I found a lot of friends, actually, was through the art and crafting universe and things like that. And I found it because I was able to freaking tag the stream. So that, and also at the time when I was moving over, Twitch Sings was a thing. And so you were able to tag that and have Twitch Sings be the focus of your stream and that kind of thing. And so it was just, there was more variety, and it didn't have to be, oh, we're going to punish you if you don't tag the stream correctly. Even though they probably wouldn't really. But like a lot of times I'd be like, oh yeah, this is Animal Crossing, even though I was just drawing Animal Crossing characters because it was an art stream. Like,
yeah, no, I get it. Because like,
you know?
even like it came to a point where like we would have to like compromise for like tagging categories. Like we'd have to find something, whatever was like loosely related to whatever we were doing.
It wouldn't get pushed out because nobody watches it.
Exactly.
Yes, and there wasn't just chatting for non-partners either.
That still blows my mind.
Yeah, like you couldn't have just chatting. So you're like, I'm not really playing a game. I'm just talking.
Like, is this considered ASMR? Like, what do we label this? You know?
Yeah, just my Wisconsin accent for the ASMR there, don't you know?
Oh, I love it.
Didn't they have also in Facebook?
It's not that bad.
Like I remember also like Facebook didn't even have like a just chatting.
Unless you were partnered.
Unless you
like
were
they had
like
partnered. Yeah, I don't think it was called just chatting. It was like hanging out or something.
Yeah, hanging out. That's what it was.
Yeah, and I'm like, can we all have that? That seems an easy thing to do. Could we just do that?
like there was no reason to restrict it, right?
No, exactly. Like they're just like, get good.
I feel like they just wanted people to like grind forever onto one game to push that, and then they're like, okay, once you do that for us, we'll reward you with social category. But it's like you can just go to another platform and just do it there,
right?
You know? So I don't get why they
tell
would
you
not
how to get
add
partner
it to
over there. They didn't really tell you how to get partner. Like some of the people we knew, like Bites was like blowing up over there. Bites Gig Gaming at the time was blowing up, and they still didn't give him partner. But they gave someone that wasn't getting as much views comparably. They gave them partner, and I was just like, how does this work?
I mean, they gave a bot channel partnered. So I like honestly,
money.
It's oh god, like even just looking at the like requirements for partnered for like as like a small streamer, like those were some ridiculous. Like I understand, like sure, I understand you have to like show how you're like quote unquote profitable from your streams, but literally having like a $2,000 mark earned within their own currency, like with the stars, that sketched me out so hard. I
Wow.
was like, that I don't like that. I really don't. That's
They just show how greedy they are over and over again. Like, and that goes for any platform. Like, it's like pick your lesser evil. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
either
like,
way, but
well, I like when I look at my requirements for Twitch, the one thing I need just to have that partner check, it's not even like a money requirement. It's just to have like
you grew your
75
audience
average
enough.
viewers. Yeah, you just grow your
Yeah.
audience. It's not money centered. So I'm just like,
which is great. That's
what
much better.
like what like obviously, yeah, Facebook's greedy. I mean, like Mark Zuckerberg's going back into court again, but it's so like yeah, I'm in that drama. I'm in that drama pool. I know what's happening with Mark.
Well, how about Twitter?
yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
Twitter right now?
boy. Oh,
Yeah.
With
boy.
Elon. Are we banned right now? I said his name. Oh my god.
No,
Can you
no.
bleep that out?
I probably won't be able to post this podcast on Twitter anymore.
No, we can
Just
post
don't
the
put
link,
him in the
just not
title.
video.
Don't put him. Yeah, don't put him in the
It's okay.
title.
We can just buy a partner badge and it's fine.
Yeah, we can
Oh.
get verified now.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
can buy a
Verified.
verification
That's
badge,
true.
and then
Okay,
we'll
but
be
I saw
okay,
the-
guys.
I saw this. It was a webcomic artist, and I think they used to be verified or something, and they got
Okay.
it. It's the one that does the SNEK comics, the SNEK
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
comics,
that
yeah.
art.
And they got it trending to be rat verified. So they put a rat emoji after their name, and they're like, "See, we're rat verified." And then everyone was, "I have a rat after my name now." So there you go. I'm rat verified.
Man.
And
Hell
I saw
yeah.
another web comic artist just put verified in
in parentheses.
in like parentheses, just like I'm verified.
It was like, well, there we go. We made it.
We've
Oh,
made
yeah.
it. That's all you have to do. It was this easy the whole time.
You know what really f's me out about the whole $8 for the verification badge is that
Yeah.
the premise behind it is to uplift people who are in like not getting, the attention that they kind of want. But like my problem is there's country restrictions, and I'm like, wait, I can't subscribe to it. And I'm like, yeah, Philippines ain't included, by the way.
Yeah, we're not
Of
included.
course not.
checked.
Of course
I've
not.
checked.
Have you gotten the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp yet?
You know what? I was talking about this a couple streams
This is
ago.
a trigger. I'm sorry. This is a trigger.
This is not available in the Philippines.
You know, I was talking about it because I started
I
playing.
was tweeting for you.
Oh, I know.
tweeting
Thank
for
you for the support. No, but like I was playing. I'm playing New Horizons again on stream, and I asked my chat. I was all like, "Hey, so like, how do we feel about me like?" Just Twitter is going through its own ravishing moments right now. Should I just hop back on to adding Animal Crossing Pocket Camp just to finally have them release it to the Philippines? Everyone's like, sure, why not? Do it for the
Keep
meme. And you know
going.
what? This is it. This is my 13th reason. Q gave me my 13th reason.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
do it. I'm gonna at Pocket Camp again till I get it on.
I
in
will
the Philippines.
retweet it. You deserve this. Like, you know,
Thank you.
hashtag justice for goth.
Just-
Like,
Oh yes, let's get it trending. Let's go.
Pocket Camp for the Philippines, please.
Oh my god, it's so crazy too about like these like weird country restrictions that they have, because like when I'm in the United States, like I don't have any of those restrictions.
Mhm.
But then like when I was here, I remember first time I ever encountered this, I wanted to watch a
Sorry,
YouTube video.
Squishy toy.
Oh no, you're fine. You're
Sorry,
fine.
this squishy toy, and it sounded so weird for a second.
Hear anything? You're fine.
But like, so I wanted to watch an Avril Lavigne music video, and then
Okay.
like I clicked, I forgot what music video it was, but I clicked on the thumbnail, and then immediately YouTube was like, the owner of this content has made it unaccessible in your nation, and I'm like, it's kind of racist, but okay.
Yeah.
Sony, Vivo, what's going on here?
Can't
Like
help
I
us.
just want Avril Lavigne.
give us the music.
Yeah, like I had to look for like some really bad low MP3 quality lyric video just to hear the song, and I'm like, this isn't the same, YouTube. What are you
Like,
doing?
I want the same experience. Like, I just want the original video. Please.
Yeah, like I want it like above 240p right now, please. But like it's so weird like having those restrictions, honestly.
Actually. So wait, since you mentioned Pocket Camp, let's go proceed to the real topic we had initially for us here
Yeah.
today. Let's talk about, like, since again we all share one thing in common. We started at Facebook and we milked the hell out of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I still have my Animal Crossing socks, by the way, Goth.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I
I'm
have Animal
showcasing my
Crossing
mug.
socks too. Yeah,
Oh my
I
god.
have.
My guy literally has the tattoo of Tom Nook's branding on him.
What? This isn't a
Oh my
tattoo. Tom Nook
God.
literally came over and branded me with an iron.
Branded you.
He's like that. You better pay. You better pay. He owns you.
See, if you don't pay your home loans, this is what happens, yo. This is it.
I mean, free
100%.
tattoo though.
Yes.
It hurt like hell, but I mean, like, every time I look at it, I gotta remind myself, pay your
Oh God.
debts. Pay your
my
debts.
This is what happens, everybody. Next time it's breaking the legs. Like that's next.
Oh my
Tom
god.
Nook.
Yeah, that's why the character's design was updated to have kneecaps, so Tom Nook can break them. Anyway,
Not the
sorry,
axe.
Blue.
Yeah.
We're-
Sorry, go ahead.
You never had kneecaps? Okay, never mind. So yeah, like since we all started, I think we can all chime in for this one, like for all of you guys, like how did we all make Animal Crossing work? Like I know we all mostly started during like in the height of the pandemic where we were all just stuck at home. I think that played like a big factor,
Yes.
right? And then it was like the closest
Absolutely.
thing we can get for like a social interaction of like visiting someone's island and stuff like that. But like
I remember.
mhm.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
I was thinking like we all had like our own unique way of approaching ACNH, and how did that all work out for all of us? And yeah, we can start with Q. We can rotate, and yeah.
I mean, it seemed for the most part, it was like, what's your theme? What's your island theme? Like, what are
Yeah.
you going for? That kind of thing. And so my island, at the time at Facebook, I was going because my stream is vaguely Fallout themed.
Mhm.
I am the overseer of Vault Q, which instead of having a number, it's a letter, like for Fallout. And so I was remaking the city of Concord from Fallout 4 for my island, and that was what I was going for. It was originally going to be half 1940s and then half apocalyptic Concord, and I then just went for full apocalyptic because you only had a couple design slots at the time. I just didn't have enough space for the cute versus the creepy, so I went with the creepy, of course, because you gotta, right? So I approached that like I'd have design streams. I did the dreamy hunting, so I'm like, oh, we're gonna look. This character represents a raider. This would be some kind of sketchy doctor, the frog dude. It would be like some kind of sketchy doctor in the wasteland, like in the settlement over here. And then I'd have it like represent different parts. Like some would be living in the wasteland, some would be like more in the settlement, like owning a shop, like that kind of thing. And so I was approaching it kind of like it was Fallout, and I was gonna have this wasteland thing. And I actually made like an apocalyptic fashion runway area and had a fashion show.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was my first big event. I didn't have mods yet. I was, I think, 6 or 7 months into streaming, I believe. And it was a Fallout themed Animal Crossing fashion show. And after that event, like that was like the most people I ever had watching the stream. I'm like, I need mods. So that's like right after that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just approached it with chaos like I do every aspect of my life. So it was whatever I felt at the time. Like I loved getting into the designs on there. I made like a from Dead by Daylight Legion's jacket and stuff, and there was just really fun to experiment with like random designs as well, like mirrored like patterns and things, because I never had done digital pixel art before, really. Like I think I had a project in college or something, but it wasn't like that, like the tools were not the same, and it was just
I
so
love the pixel art on there.
it's so cool. Like
yeah, it reminds me of like
it
the
turns out
older,
weird,
like
but
GameCube ones and stuff. I'm
Yes.
just laughing at it. Okay, go on.
Yeah, it's no, you're good. You're good. I agree. Like I mean, I wish it was a little bit more like you could keep it pixely, versus like it
Yeah.
getting all mushed out and
Like
things.
it gets a little
but
bit softer on the corners when you connect lines and dots.
yeah, Yeah, like I was trying to make a Godzilla dress, and it ended up being a Mothra dress because I could do the curves, I couldn't do the
Yes.
spikes, But yeah, it was just really fun to experiment with different things. There's so much you could do with that game. Like, you could have a game show or something. I had plans to make a game show, and it just never happened. I think I was starting to get burnt out on it when I was thinking of this game show, but it was like there'd be random bags on the ground, and you'd put together like an apocalypse outfit, and then it was something like you'd had to then, now that you were dressed for the apocalypse, you had to go into the city and find like a scavenger hunt thing and then bring the stuff back, and whoever had the most points like to sell the stuff for caps, it would, you'd
That
win.
is
I don't
so
know.
cute, though. I love that
Yeah.
idea.
It never like happened, but it was in there.
That sounds like a really fun idea, Q. Honestly,
Yeah.
I honestly, like, for me, like, I just love seeing people like take an idea with Animal Crossing and just running wild with it, because my experience with the game series is just like it was more of like a personal kind of game that I'd like to play on my own sometimes, but like I was never exposed to like a proper Animal Crossing community. And then like when I started getting the ball rolling, on Facebook, and I started meeting everybody, I see everyone's like ideas for like mini games and like all these little fun little stream shows tied in with Animal Crossing, and I'm just like,
The
this is
mazes.
so crazy. Yeah, oh my god,
The
the
mazes.
mazes.
Oh
Oh,
my
Those are cool.
god.
getting PTSD
Yeah.
from the Mario one.
The Mario one!
The 3-part, 4-part maze. Like,
Oh,
And the
it was so
Survivor
cool.
Islands are cool. Like,
Oh, Survivor. That was cool.
Yeah, the
people
Survivor
would
series
make
people
their
had.
whole island just based off of a game and stuff like that. Like, I loved all of that. Like, and watching people do those. Yeah, the mazes basically too. Yeah, I wanted to see more. Or like Anya did the Survivor, right?
They had
Thought that
me
was.
in one of their episodes too.
And then I was in another Survivor. I was in another person, another streamer Survivor thing, and it was a really wild experience. They'd never really streamed, but they kind of like just opened up their island for streamers, and it was really cool. And like
Super
that's
cool.
when my mind was blown with like streaming Animal Crossing. 'Cause I was like, wow, you can just do so many cool like mini games and stuff. Yeah, like I did
And
it
connecting with
before I
people.
streamed. Yeah, like playing bingo and stuff, like when it first came out, like I just did that with my friends on Instagram and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, like I'm gonna take this, we're gonna do this online now. Like, because like,
we're gonna take it all the way.
It was a wild concept to have like Animal Crossing be like, because The Sims doesn't let you hang out really.
Right. They
You
should do
can't,
that in
like-
the next one.
I'm sure.
BB Just
Yeah.
was tweeting about that today. Like, please
Really?
let me like hang out with my friends in The Sims.
Like,
It
have
could be like
some
a
sort of
new
online play thing going on.
Yeah, like a Grand Theft Auto, but it'd be The Sims. Can you imagine the role playing
That'd be
and stuff? Like,
fantastic.
That'd be so
Or, like,
much fun.
you could hang out, and then like you could also come up with things to do together. It was literally like the
cook a meal
perfect
or something?
solution
Yeah.
Oh my god.
to COVID and shit. You know what I mean? Like, because we were just
Yes.
so like, yeah. But
That's how I got to
just
see my
was-
sister.
Oh my god,
I hadn't seen
Mind
her
blown.
in 2 years, and I got
Right.
to be with her on her island.
Oh my
Aw.
god, yeah,
You
things
know?
like that. Like, it was crazy to go through that, and then to be a streamer through it, like you're providing the environment for others and stuff, and like all you have to do is just like put a campfire down and call it like Scary Story Night, and people just come in and like they'll tell you
Dude,
like
but your
their-
scary story nights
Amazing.
were so good
So
though.
cool.
No,
so
but, like-
cool.
whenever people like just open up their stream and stuff, y'all can, you know what I mean? Like y'all hear stories too. It's like
Like, there's
a
shooting
lot
stars
of-
on my island tonight. Like,
yeah,
that
you
simple.
just
Like,
hear a lot of good stuff whenever you just open your doors and stuff. And Animal
Yeah.
Crossing is good for that because it's like just a sandbox game. You can just do whatever you want. Like today, you can be like, I'm gonna just aim for finding one villager
Mhm.
for 6 hours, or just decorate
It
your whole
seemed
island. I don't know.
easier.
It's like,
you know? Like,
You could
right
do anything you
now,
want.
like, trying to create content and stuff, I'm like, sometimes it's hard to fill 2 hours if I'm bored already or something. But like Animal Crossing back then, I was like, we're gonna have a dreamy hunt. Like my first long stream, Gingy and I, Gingers for Days and I, we were trying to find. We were both doing Pablo's bingo challenge, like trying to find the villagers like Disney theme or something. And whoever lost it had to take their least favorite character or something
I
like
think
that.
I remember
Yeah.
the stream. I was
Yeah.
watching both. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like 6 hours. We both got sick afterwards because that was the longest stream we had ever done, and we like didn't drink enough water or something. But it was like you could just do that. Like people had like 12-hour dreamy hunt streams and stuff like that. And like at that time, I was like, yeah, oh my gosh, are they gonna find the characters? Like gambling, like the next island is it, you know? And
then
yeah.
like you'd get like your chat involved and be like, all right, like who's gonna be on this island? Like you do a little like raffle about it too.
If you you guess the right island, then you can have this prize pack, which is all free for all streamers.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, people would donate prizes
Like
and stuff, and it was
Vegas,
super.
baby.
Oh my gosh, I won the Celeste set, you know, like.
Yeah, there's a lot of thrill
God.
with those kind of things.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I remember my first longest Animal Crossing related stream. It was a dreamy hunt for Mathilda, and I was still dual streaming at this time too. I was streaming on both Twitch and Facebook. And then I remember Facebook still capped their streams at 12 hours. Like by 12 hours, like it ends on its own. I remember those. So
I forgot.
what happened was, since I was still streaming on Twitch, I'm like, okay, well, I really want to find Mathilda. So if y'all still want to hang out, like you can go to my Twitch. And then like it was like a whole 13 hours to find Mathilda, but like to no avail. I think that was also when I got rated by Pablo, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
like way back then.
Pablo Parade.
Yeah,
I got one of
Pablo
those.
Parade.
It was like.
That was like jaw dropping, but I felt so bad that like
Yeah.
the stream had to end on Facebook and that was just gonna continue on Twitch.
yeah.
I will say though, there are like a lot of those people who like will watch you like regardless of what you're doing. Like yeah, they immediately just like went to Twitch and then just hung out with me for a while until I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna pass out. But like it's really so like crazy again, like to see where you can go with a stream when it comes to like Animal Crossing back then, you know, like there's still so much you could do that like maybe you haven't thought of doing or like you thought of doing and then like you actually get into it and like everyone's just like it's all it was like a level of inspiration to be able to know what you would want to do for like not just your stream but like your island and like the creativity that came with it too. It was like absolutely amazing.
Imagination.
You know? Exactly. Imagination is what really, I feel like that's what really pulled together a community on Animal Crossing. You know, that Animal Crossing gave us the tools to be able to create and share whatever we wanted. And then like, of course, like with Animal Crossing having like such a cult following with its previous generations, to have that community grow since, you know, COVID and like everyone wants to hang out, we all get Animal Crossing, to have that community grow, like the levels of creativity grew with that too. And I guess everybody was just like a like-minded individual, just being like, I want to see what other people are doing on their islands. Because personally, when I started streaming it, I never really interacted with like any form of an Animal Crossing community until like my stream started like going around and I started meeting all these other people. Like I did not know about Sachi. I did not know about Pablo. I did not know about like any of these people until like I started getting more and more traction. And like when I start getting introduced to all these people, I'm like, damn, there's a whole community behind this. I'm not crazy.
So much.
Okay, cool.
I'm not the only one. I'm not alone. Like
exactly.
In such a tumultuous time, you know, like
it was such like a heartwarming moment to know that like there is such a big community and a big following behind Animal Crossing online, like that's still not just going but getting more and more new people into it every day, that like it's still like a living breathing sort of like community. So for me that was like such a great moment for me to feel, to know that like there's so many other people out there that just absolutely love the game as much as I do.
Literally, your Nintendo Switch was the magic carpet ride we all needed for a whole new world to approach to, you know?
Oh, it was. Oh, it was, definitely.
But, like, I also would like to ask, right? like as great as Animal Crossing it is for a lot of us, like I like personally, I had my own experience of making it work too. Although no one really wanted to perform a gig on my music festival island, which still makes me sad, but it's okay. But um, when we all moved to Twitch, right? We slowly, let's admit, we slowly kind of left the islands for a while, and we started finding our own niches, right? And what I find really cool is that being a niche Twitch streamer is pretty cool. But having Animal Crossing try to work in Twitch is odd in comparison to Facebook, don't you guys think? I don't know. Am I saying the right things here?
No, I get what you're saying. It's
Okay.
like the level of interaction or
Mhm.
like the level of exposure feels a little bit different from the platform comparing the two. Because like yeah, I was playing that godforsaken game for like 300 and something 380 something days straight. Lord
I
knows
love
how
how
I
you kept count though. You like had like day 300
We were
on
just
the
It was
screen.
amazing.
that's
I
where my
loved
intro
that.
came from. That's where my intro came from. Like it would always be me starting up with good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever the heck you are on this planet Earth. Welcome back to the stream. Today marks day whatever here on my lovely island of New Roanoke,
Dude,
sunny, shiny.
So
Like
awesome.
that's where my intro came from. And like
Oh,
I
I
love
love
it.
it. I
it
love it.
was all a blur by like 100 days, let me
I
tell you.
bet.
But
Damn.
but like when I play Animal Crossing now on Twitch, it does, there is that difference of interaction because like sure, back on Facebook, with the way Facebook sort of like pushed out our streams. Again, I'm not saying the A word because like nobody knows what's actually going on there. But when it pushes out your streams and it's something that like your audience knows or what they think your audience knows you for, it really does try to like push you out there in that sort of term. So like at least people who know you from Animal Crossing will show up again. Or perhaps where you're on Twitch, the way that they push your streams out is like 100% differently. It feels like not only are you going back to people who would usually watch that, but it would also try to get you to like like with the discoverability, it would try to somewhat toss you aside to someone who might like your content. It's like, oh, you've been watching Animal Crossing. Here's someone else who's playing Animal Crossing right now. Like if you could literally just look up the game Animal Crossing and it'll show you the people streaming it or like the people doing the treasure islands. I have thoughts about those, but we're not going to get into those. Uh, but like
get
you
into
know,
it.
get
I want to hear.
20-minute tangent. 20-minute tangent.
it won't be 20 minutes. I'll just say
It'll
if
be a
you
separate
just
episode. Only
if
him.
you all I'm
Treasure
gonna
Island
say
episode.
all I'm gonna say is that if you use like if your stream is just 10 different islands and you're monetizing that content and that's all your content is, I don't look at you as a streamer. You're a scammer. Anyways. Anyways.
Oh,
I don't know, because like look.
there's
like,
the tea.
I mean
buy
look,
buy him this picture of this monkey real quick.
I mean, like honestly, that's what it is. It's like, oh, you gotta trade in like real life money for this virtual item that you can get on your own. But
No,
like
you're right.
like I
You're
don't
right.
I don't understand. I don't know why. First of all, I don't understand. Well, I do understand why people would buy into that because, like, some people like going through things a lot easier rather than like grinding for it. I get that. There's some gamers like
Right.
that, and we respect that. We respect all kinds of gamers. But at the same time, like, I don't understand why you feel like you need to monetize this content. And then, like, I've seen, like, never mind. I'm good. There's sweat on my eyebrows. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah.
Alright.
But yes.
Luke's trying to
Hot
add fuel to
take.
this fire.
This is a podcast they're for. Let's get
Yeah,
into
man.
it. No, I'm
Spit it
kidding.
out.
I know it. You
No,
know your limit.
I mean,
I think
look,
it is weird how they charge you.
yeah,
to go
like,
there.
It's super scummy.
like
honestly.
not only that, but like as a content creator, I'm putting my face out there. I'm trying all these wacky things, but then some person
know.
who's like just streaming like all these hacked islands for like paying that asking for actual real life money so people could get into it. It's like
they just get money though. They get no satisfaction out of anything.
yeah,
Right,
like I get that too, but at the same time, it's like they got 50 viewers, you know? They're like skyrocketing there, and
Right.
I'm just like,
No, I
But they're
feel
all
that.
just
It's
people
like
that don't care to be there other than just the
just
items. Like
yeah,
it's a
I
dead
get that.
channel.
Yeah, I
yeah.
get
Just think of it that way. Just don't
yeah.
compare yourself to that because it's just a dead channel.
No,
It's
They're
I
not.
just using
first
that person.
at
Yeah.
first I totally did feel like that, but then
No, I
like
know.
later on I was just like,
protect you, Goth. You're a precious Goth horror streamer. Please don't doubt yourself. We need
no,
you. Stay strong, Goth.
gonna make me
No,
cry.
I get what you mean and stuff though. I
You know,
totally get what
it's
you
just like
mean.
it gives us like flashbacks to like
Yeah.
the bot channel on Facebook getting
Oh,
partnered. You
yeah.
know, it's like
So
Exactly.
stupid.
it's so
Yeah.
weird, but like if regardless, screw Treasure Island streamers. Anyways, anyways, so yeah, with damn, I forgot what I was talking about.
Real quick disclaimer for the viewers: we do not approve of any people attacking anyone. That was just Goth's opinion, opinion alone. Okay?
That is my opinion. If you're against that opinion, it's okay. Animal
okay.
Crossing is a game where you can choose what you do with it. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm not telling you how to play your game.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you how to stream. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
That's
That's
him.
fine by me. That's a disclaimer. Like I still have anyways.
Feel free to write in the comments why you think you're right though. If you think if you think Goth is wrong, write it in the comments. I would like to see. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you know.
You think I'm wrong? Like
all
this
civil.
video if you think I'm wrong.
Maybe subscribe, like just show Goth, you know.
If we get more subscribers from this video, then I'll know that I'm wrong. All right.
Nah, you're not.
No, but like regardless, it's like, you know, with Animal Crossing, yeah, it's a tool for you to be able to do whatever you want with whatever community you have. And I just feel like being able to find that audience as a content creator, I do feel like that's what really gets you like to better connect with them. I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about.
No, you're fine. This is what podcasts is about. It's about like literally just going from one topic to another.
Yeah, but I went on like a full on tangent.
No,
almost.
No, I think you wrapped it up because I think it was talking about like discoverability on Twitch and stuff.
Right. Yes,
so I think you wrapped it up nicely, actually.
Yeah. So like, discoverability. It was the way it's pushed out on Facebook. It's definitely different on Twitch. Great. You meet new people. You find new things. You discover stuff. Moving on. I don't want to get mad anymore.
Fair enough.
Well, I think with Facebook and Animal Crossing, especially at first, we were all addicted to it, right? And then that meant we consistently wanted to play it and stream it, and Facebook likes that. So I think technically, like that's why we were all kind of having a blast with it the first couple months. They're like, oh yeah, because Facebook was loving it, we were loving it. But then once it died out, like we were all like, okay, what's next? And that's kind of like when the real, not like we weren't streamers then, but it's like that's when we kind of all had to be like, well, what are we gonna be? Like, where is this going kind of thing? Because like we can't just all be Animal Crossing streamers forever.
Right. After Animal Crossing started dying out, I'm like, I literally can't find a game that I am that addicted to. I don't want to stream anything else for more than 2 streams. Like that's it. So the you know, the platform, whether it was Facebook at the time or Twitch, it's like it likes when you do one game.
Yeah, and
so,
we were and like God was literally going every day, like and telling Facebook, "I am doing this by the day.
This
and,
is
like,
my only love."
Facebook was like having a ball with us. They're like, "Oh my God, these streamers are clocking into this game." Like, and so when that died out, that's when I feel like we all kind of realized, like, but versus like streaming that on Twitch, I feel like you just have to kind of start over and build a community like you would with anything. Yeah, it's not the same because you don't get the push like Facebook would give you, like we had, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah,
like Facebook emailing you about like, oh, you could do these things now, and we're just like,
no.
And I mean more towards the beginning too, not like, you know what I mean, like more towards like when we were all starting. And it was
Right,
like,
right, yeah. Like the
Yeah.
incentives of like growing your community, Facebook would always remind you, like, remember,
yeah.
you're gonna get like to this with this requirement, you know?
I feel like it all
Yeah.
kind of catered all to us at a little bit. And like the level up thing too, as soon as you level up, they supposedly push you out for like 3 months. And so then more Animal
That
Crossing
was
people
good.
join, and it was just, oh my God, like that was a wild first year.
It really
Y'all are
was.
all there. I mean,
It
it
was
was the first year for me,
insane.
Goth. I know you were in it for way longer than that though. But like, I think you know what year I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
Just
The year.
The
It was like a
year, no, I
renaissance
get
or
you, girl. I
something, you
get you.
know? The
Goth was
golden
there
year.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God. Like, 2016 was rough. Anyways.
Wow.
You're like, girl, I've been here.
Like, girl,
And I
I've been
respect
here,
that
been
about
watching.
you.
Oh man, it was crazy, honestly. It was crazy seeing like how Facebook gaming evolved as a platform, because I remember it was a really big thing here in the Philippines because a big influencer, I would call her an influencer.
Oh.
She was like the local spokesperson for Facebook gaming here in the Philippines. That's why there was like a lot of interactions, or like there was a lot of traction of Facebook gaming coming around here, and that's when I noticed, like, that's when I've been seeing it develop as like a platform. Like I was there, girl. Oh my God.
Right.
I was there 10,000 years ago.
Back in my day, you couldn't tag a category. Like, you know, it was like way back when Facebook gaming first started.
Oh, God.
And it was wild to see, like, you know, all the changes that happened, all these like new content creators, and like when I started like seeing it, like when I started focusing more on Facebook gaming as well, especially with Animal Crossing, it was so crazy seeing how far like Facebook as a platform had come, because at first I never really streamed on Facebook. I was really just on Twitch. I just had a Facebook gaming page just for like, you know, discoverability in that sort of sense. Like, oh, this is a gaming page, but I stream on Twitch, that kind of stuff. And then the only time I focused more on Facebook was when Animal Crossing came out, because they were all like, oh, we never delete your streams.
Yeah, that was great.
Because like that was like, I wanted that to be like my like physical record of my, because like my challenge was to play for a whole year since release day, and to know that my streams wouldn't be deleted. That was like going to be like my physical like evidence that I did. And then Facebook was all like, oh, get this shit, we're deleting your streams. I'm like, oh, cool. You know what's funny? They didn't even delete all of them. You can like go on my Facebook page right now and you can find one of my earliest Animal Crossing streams where my layout would give someone like a seizure. Like my layout was that bad, honestly.
It was actually surprisingly odd when I checked my page too, right? Like all of my fighting game related stuff were deleted. Not even a single Smash Bros streams, and those were like my first ones. And I'm like, how did my Fall Guys streams stay out of all of the games?
Some of mine are still there too, and it doesn't make any sense. They're just like,
it really doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, we're gonna delete everything. They leave like a couple things here and then. I'm like,
yeah.
See, it's so weird seeing my Animal Crossing streams jump from like day like 54 to day 107. Like the continuity is not there, so we're not coming back to that. We're not gonna fix that mess for you. Yeah, you know, like the little single tier. I still have that like little wrap-up video I made where it's like clips of like all my streams from like way back leading up to like the final day. That video's still there, but like literally, like if you still scroll down, it's like a day 3, day 7, day 54. You're like, huh, you know?
You're like, well,
so much for deleting all my videos, Facebook. I see where you're at.
I'll be.
They had favorites. Their favorite streams.
Yeah. I know, dude. Like they're only gonna delete the ones that like had good traction. Like all those other days, just like, yeah.
This one was crap.
I was like, oh, this one had like 50 views. We don't need this on our record anymore. That one only had 2 views. Yeah, we don't care about that. Like, what?
You're so weird.
Oh, you can have that one, God.
Actually, one thing I will say that's crazy is that they have not deleted clips. All of your clips.
Right. They're still there.
Because my page is gone. Like I can't even find
I know.
No, but like that just happened. It happened like last or like a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah, the page was still up there. But
Really?
my personal account was the one thing that got deleted. It's like I didn't have access
Okay.
to my page.
Mm,
But my
Okay.
okay.
page has been up, and now it's gone. I didn't save my Tom from MySpace song, and I'm so mad. That's the only
Oh,
thing
so
I wanted. No, it
lame.
was just a personal. I just wanted to say that one freaking ducking thing, you know.
Good recovery.
Good recovery.
Good recovery. 10 out of 10.
Don't worry.
It's okay though.
Yeah.
It's fine. But that's just I've learned to cope with loss, you know. Facebook really
I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, Lou, like Facebook really did you dirty like that. Like
Mhm.
honestly,
It's
Yeah,
okay.
they
It's-
did.
I mean,
They did.
like if you still like
It's
want to hold a
okay.
knife to Facebook about that, like I'm there with you, honey.
Don't we all?
100%.
I really want my photos at this point. That's basically it. But that's for another night. I just really want my photos.
Right?
For my
Oh, I feel
personal
that.
account. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. But again, we'll revenge another day.
I
Yeah,
barely
for
even
We'll-
use
we'll
my
scheme
personal
another day.
anymore too. Like
You know, like I'm not sure if it's like the same for you guys in America,
Mhm.
but here in the Philippines, it's so obnoxious with about how heavy people rely on Facebook here. Personally, I don't like it.
I don't
Ever
like it.
since I was in like high school, ever since I was in like my first Facebook account was made when I was like what, the 6th grade, 7th grade, like middle school. So I have photos from way back then. But then ever since Facebook became a mainstream thing here in the Philippines, like even like every high school class I have had a group, every group project I had a group,
Yes.
every like organization had a group, like even up until college, every class itself, every singular class had a group chat, had a group page, all of this stuff. And I'm like, as a
I
person
didn't
who
have
wanted to,
much
it
with
was
school. Like with school, it wasn't as much, I don't think, but like when I was a freshman in college, Facebook was still for college students, like in 2006.
Mhm.
And so
oh
like it wasn't like that in school, but now I'm sure it is. Like I kind of distanced myself from like the personal Facebook for a while there, but yeah, there's like I'm in a mom group that for my kids' ages. I'm in some local like news scanner group just to keep an eye on the
yeah,
crime in the area, like
yeah.
a lot more people have been like, "Oh yeah, I only use Facebook, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess like
Yeah, no,
so
like
I am on there against my will." Like
no, but like I totally like get going on those group pages, for like because
yeah,
like there's like a not really necessarily like a neighborhood watch group, but like a
kind of
homeowners
yeah.
association here for my community, and I'm part of that group, and I understand that being there because like they would post like news and important notices and all that stuff.
Events
I
and
like
things.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I get
It
that,
makes
but like
sense.
making a group for like every single college class that you're in, that
You
kind
don't need
of
that much.
yeah,
You don't need that
like
much. Yeah.
I
No.
do like an annual purge, like every New Year's, every January 1st, as the countdown ended. I'm scrolling through Facebook, like, all
Yeah.
right, where are we leaving today? It's
Right.
like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it
Facebook
gets so
is
cluttered.
it really does. And like I'm glad you can like pin which groups you actually use and stuff like that. Like that's great. But yeah, I used to be really big in the indie book community. So I was
Oh,
a book blogger. It's not
oh,
up anymore. I didn't have money to renew the license thing for the website. It was do I want to say my name on here or not? I don't really care that much, I guess. But it was called the Katie blog because my name is Katie. And if you Google it, it's probably a porn page because they picked it up
Oh
after
no.
are
like
you serious?
Wait,
because
really?
I was gaining traction and stuff. So I've interviewed Hugh Howey, I've interviewed Isaac Marion, I've interviewed like shoot, what's his name from The Martian, that guy, Andy Weir.
Oh
And
my god,
all those interviews are gone. They're all gone.
No.
they're
It
all
wasn't like
gone.
this. It wasn't like video. It was all blog.
Mhm.
So it was
Right,
like an interview, and then I'd write like question
Cool.
answer, and then there'd be like a giveaway at the end. And I
Right.
was also a a moderator, I guess, for the Band of Dystopian Authors and Fans Facebook group. It's still up if you're interested in dystopian stuff, but I'm not as active there anymore. But they have at the time, they had over 5,000 members. So like the Facebook has always been the best place to grow a community that I've been a part of. Like, that was insane. I was doing book release parties for authors that would have like hundreds of people attending. It was just through like threads on the group page. I'd have the games numbered, and each one you could play the game at your own pace. The party was an hour long, and then you had 24 hours to finish the games and things. And there were like interview things, and it was insane. Like, so Facebook has always been like, even before I was a streamer, like they didn't have at that time I did start doing this thing for my blog called Waffle Wednesdays. I still had this waffle, and I would do book reviews on just my page, but it wasn't streaming. It was like, I guess, just a live, but there was no monetization, nothing like that. So I made no money off of all that shit I did, because it was just, that wasn't a thing at all. I got lots of free books though.
Wow, I had no idea, Q. Holy.
Yeah. So
It's
I've
all
always
universe.
been
Holy
throwing
shit.
stuff at the wall. Yeah. Yeah.
That is incredible. This is what I love about like doing like these sort of interviews. I love getting to know people before like the streamer life, like before like you know how they were on like Facebook Gaming or Twitch. I love this. I would never have guessed.
Me neither. Hello?
Oh my god! No way!
Yeah, I'm published in this dystopian novel. I'm published in this one. There's me. Oh shoot, I probably shouldn't show my last name. I don't know, whatever, it's fine.
I'll block it out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll block it out.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so you can actually, if you guys want to read my stuff, they're all free on Wattpad. So I have a Wattpad. So I think I made it Quillpe again. But yeah, and I'm also published in a breast cancer awareness anthology. So I didn't make money off these. This one went towards JDRF, a Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, Research Foundation. This one was just raising funds for the zombie group I was in, but they chose my story. And then the breast cancer one, of course, was for breast cancer research. That one had to be a happily ever after and had to do with breast cancer. So I did a urban fantasy where it was this special hospital that was like run by witches, and there was a guy with breast cancer came in, and there's like a love story and stuff. Like, yeah.
Wow.
But,
crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've always been throwing shit at the wall. That's just who I am as a person.
We love
That's
that.
Cool.
Dude, this is like blowing my mind right now. Oh my god.
Like, you caught us off guard there. Like, whoa.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's fine.
Dude, like I know, like you were, I knew you were like into writing and all that, like from the last time we had a chat. But like, oh my god, I didn't know any of these, like the groups and like all these publishings. Like,
yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, yeah. If you need an indie book author recommendation, I got you. Like, I got a ton over here. Like, so, and they became good friends too. Like, I've been to probably, I don't know, 5 total book conventions, and I've had like booths there and stuff for my blog and Band of Dystopian and stuff like that. And yeah, it was great.
Wow. That's crazy, because like it's so crazy knowing about these things, like everyone's like online presence before as a stream, because I know Lou was like very like Lou was very active on like Instagram and everything, and then like hearing you about like your book blogs and everything, it's just you know, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, let me know if you have any more questions. Like, I was doing that for like 5 years or so. Like, that was my
5 years.
Yeah. And I have several unfinished novels. Like, there was one I was working on for like 10 years. Like, I did the National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, which is going on right now. Where you write 50,000 words in a month. I did that. That book is not done.
Wow.
Done. Yeah.
I'm gonna recommend you to my sister real quick, because she does like Bookstagram as well. Hit me up, and if it's okay with you, if it's still active, you can give me the link and I can put it in the description for our podcast below. Would that be okay?
Sure. Yeah,
Yay.
absolutely. Yeah.
This is,
Let
like,
me know
so-
what you want.
Yeah, just
I'll give you the Wattpad. I
Mhm.
don't
Can you
I
just
need to
remix-
update. There's like a story that I have started on there that's a zombie romance novel.
Okay.
And it's like started, but it is not like updated in a while. I'm really bad at that.
all right.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
That's
Oh my
fine.
god.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
this is incredible.
That's so cool. Okay. Okay, since we're in that topic too, like, oh god, wait. I don't know how to formulate a question out of that because that was mind blowing. Okay,
Dude, like I'm
getting
still in
alerts.
awe. Dude, that is incredible. I never would have guessed.
Mhm.
I've mentioned it on stream, but yeah, I don't like talk about it all the time. Like, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, yes, I'm a published author. Like,
No, I totally get that, but to hear you go in depth about like everything that you've done within that like range of area of expertise, I'm just like,
Mhm.
I would never have guessed, honestly.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
Do you
for
want to
sure.
involve it with your stream and stuff? Like, do you think you want to
Yeah.
involve like?
Tried a little bit. It's hard though, because like again, it's a different thing. I actually had one of my author friends come on to promote her new book. This was like probably like a year ago now. I would, or maybe 6-8 months. I don't know, like a long time ago, and it didn't do super well. But it's really not my usual content. So I interviewed her. I had her on my stream. Her name's author Casey L. Bond, and like anything she writes is like magic, like mwah, like amazing. And so I just had her on, and it was like really nice to catch up and stuff too. But it didn't like go as well as I thought, and I'm like, it was a lot of like effort to coordinate, and I don't think I have it in me anymore to do that at the level I had when I was a book blogger, because I was doing 2 interviews a week, and then I was also moderating different book release parties, different writing posts. Like I'd have a writing prompt every week that people could win a book or bookmark or whatever, because we had some swag and stuff too for BOD was the short for it. And so it was coordinating all that stuff with the other admins and everything. And I just, once I move on from something, it feels like I can't bring myself back to where I was. It's like my brain just won't let me. So I don't think so. It's just I can't go back, unfortunately.
No,
At this point.
I get that,
get you.
like the mindset's
Yeah.
like changed, and if you try to go back to
Right.
that mindset, it's such a hard shift again.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where you're like, even though it wasn't like technically failure, I didn't publish a novel like I wanted to. Like I have several started, and I think it's just a brain thing. Like, oh, you already failed. If you go back, you're just gonna fail again, and it's dumb. But
I think
it's hard
cool
to
that
go
you
over that hurdle. Yeah.
You can use it as like a good. I mean, you're using it still like as a
Yeah.
stepping stone into more stuff.
Oh yeah, like I gained a lot of skills from that, and
Yeah.
honestly, I just got a job that in IRL job working in programs and events at a library. I haven't started yet, but this, like the writing stuff and the streaming stuff, helped me get that job.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
Like that's
It
really
feel-
cool. You can
yeah.
use all that.
Yeah, I'm
It's awesome.
yeah, I'm really excited. It feels like that job was made for me, and I wouldn't have gotten that without like 5 years of
Exactly.
a hobby that I had, you know? Like
That's what I try to think about too. Like instead of just being like, well, I'm not doing that anymore. You can just be like, well, now I have that experience to help me with
it
the
evolved.
future thing
Yeah.
that I'm gonna
Definitely.
do. Yeah.
Exactly. And I will publish a
Good
novel
mindset.
someday. It'll happen. It's
Yeah,
just,
and we're
don't
gonna
worry.
wait for it. We'll see it. Hell
Yeah.
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 You better make
Or
it
like,
to the
what
book
if you write
signing.
a video game or something? Like, what if someone approaches you and is like, "I love your idea about this. What if you want to write a
I've
game?"
thought about
Like,
that.
you know what
No,
I mean?
I literally have thought about that. Like, some of the ideas for novels that I have. Like, I started one novel where the main character, she's a thief, but she has the power to control traffic, and it seems like a weird thing, but can you imagine
Oh
that
my
in a
God, I
video game?
love
You could
that.
call, it was in a cyberpunk universe, so she was calling drones to her to like escape the police and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And then it turned out she had to be a hero and like decide to like leave crime behind and stuff like that. And that one, yeah. So like it's
like
partially written, but you could see it as a game. You really could.
Yeah.
And I have another one.
Of course, Blue
I'm
likes
obsessed
it.
with that.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. I will talk about all this stuff at length, like anytime. Like I have so many ideas. Some of them are from dreams too. There's another one. I had a dream where I was working at a construction site. It was at Futuristic City. And so like I was just sitting there because I didn't have to actually do anything and just looking out this big window at these giant like building sized construction vehicles just building like, I don't know, like a giant 3D printer almost. And then all of a sudden one of the construction claws like comes through the window after I hear this one rap song come on the radio. And it turns out these raps are like a prophetic thing that a disaster happens right after that. Like that has to do with the machines. And this was a dream I had. And I'm like, I could see this as a movie. I could see this as, yeah. And yeah, it went on. Like I got off work, like after that traumatic experience, I escaped and stuff. And then I am walking down the street. There's drones everywhere. There's, drones that can fit people. There's small ones, there's big ones, there's bus size ones. And I hear this song come on, the radio again, because there's music playing, whatever. And all of a sudden, every drone in the sky falls. They just all drop and there's explosions everywhere. I'm like, where's the budget for this dream? Like, damn. Yeah. But that's like how my brain is like all the time. So I just have to like rein it in, and then maybe I can make a game, or maybe I can write the novel. Or
incredible,
yeah,
honestly. Like I've never like I've had like dreams before where like I can like immediately write down what happened in them, but never have I had a dream where it's like something is like continuous like that. Like you hearing that song playing and then something bad happens. I've never had something like that before. It's always been something different, something new. But that is incredible.
That's
Holy
incredible.
crap.
That sounds like VTuber lore, which is
honestly,
it does.
You can write that up.
You can write that up, actually.
There we go. He's like, can I have this for my lore?
No. I'm not asking. I'm not hinting that. I already wrote mine. But that sounds.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna try to borrow a little bit of that.
You should
just tag me.
Stories. Will you tell your stories on my? Will you tell me the stories still?
Yeah, of course. No, I'll talk about all this stuff anytime. I have a bunch of this written down. Like I have one dream I had after a deer. I say the deer hit my car. It wasn't my fault. It was the deer's fault. So
I
just
say in the dream, you're like, wait, like it wasn't the deer.
Well,
it was me.
I hit a deer in real life.
Oh.
Yeah. So
ouch.
Whatever. Yeah. It wasn't ideal, I would say. But so I had a dream the next day where it was like this dystopian thing. And like, you didn't know they were like deer. Whatever. It was people. And they're like, you have to run into the lights in order to escape. And it was like this dystopian thing where like, I had my sister with me and I had to drag her along, and she's younger than me, even though in real life she's older than me. And I'm like, all we have to do is make it through the lights. And then if we get to the other side, we'll be free. And then like the lights come at you and hit you, and you're like, I can still make it, because deer limp away. And this was my dream after, and I'm like, serves you right. Like, damn.
What? Dude, like honestly,
and I don't mean that. I love animals. Okay, I love animals.
No, yeah, but like,
I maybe
just hearing this, like being a dream from the next day, like, dude, I want to pick at your brain. Like that is so
anytime.
Trippy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's an idea there for like a deer ghost VTuber, like, and that deer was me.
Oh my god.
And
that's
I mean,
incredible.
like what Dean's doing, like what you're interested in at the moment is what fuels your creativity. So like I was at that point, I was in a dystopian group and I was really involved. So my brain was already post-apocalyptic, dystopian, futuristic, things are not fair, anti-government in stories and things like that, like zombies. And so my dreams was that. every time. Like something like
Mhm.
that. It was never
That's
romance. It was
sick.
never, you
Yeah.
know? So like
I'm-
now when I have dreams, a lot of times it's how I see story games in video games,
Yes.
not novels and things like that. So like when Dean is like, oh, this could be a great VTuber thing, like absolutely, like that's where your brain goes because that is what you're interested in. That is what you're obsessed with. And
Yeah.
that's where my dreams end up, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just to go off the really quick tangent, like I was like watching this stream from like a prominent figure in the VTuber space, not a VTuber though, but he was like going through different VTuber lores from one different VTuber to another. And I love how crazy a lot of these stories would be. Like literally one of the biggest VTubers known literally really identifies herself as Satan. And
Oh my God.
Wow.
and then it's just funny how she was thinking about the Lord, that she was like an angel dropped from heaven, like the angel judges decided to drop her off, and I'm like, damn, that's so cool. And it's starting to sound like how creative like Q's dreams are here actually. So I'm like,
Yeah, no, like
yeah,
I
disconnects.
genuinely love how like that, like how it's all mentally processed for you, because
Yeah.
like you said,
Mhm.
you're so involved with these dystopian groups and all this stuff, and then whatever happens to you in real life, it ends up being reflected in a more artistic, like visual sense in your dreams, and then like that's
Yeah.
what you write out. That blows my mind because
Yeah.
personally I have never, like I don't think I don't believe I've ever like talked to someone's creative process being that in depth with their subconscious. That is just
Oh yeah.
seriously, I am just at awe. Like my jaw is like hanging
Oh,
on the floor,
clap.
dude. Like seriously, this is
Okay.
it is crazy. Your thought process is incredible. Your subconscious, putting that all together is just like seriously. I wanna really pick at your brain, dude. Oh my god, this
Like
is so
anytime
cool.
I mean it. No, I love just like going off on this stuff, like 100%. Like
Oh my
I
god.
love it when people go off about things that they're passionate about, and then like to know that this deals with a lot of your psyche in a sort of
Mhm.
sense. Like that's what's
Yeah.
really getting me super interested about that.
Yeah, I had another one that was I was going through a lot of like religious trauma at the time, or dealing with what had happened with things. Like I was working for a synod office, like for a Lutheran synod office, in their main building, and going through a lot of traumatic stuff there, and thinking about like my childhood and how it applies to my family then and now and things like that. And I don't remember exactly when the dream was compared to this stuff, but it was around that time. And I had a dream where I woke up injured in like a Gothic cathedral, and I was a vampire. I was a
Oh.
vampire in a Gothic cathedral, and I was super injured. And all I see, my vision's going in and out. There's like candles lit. It's very dim, like you would want a Gothic cathedral to be.
Mhm.
And but it was dark and it was like scary. And all I could see is people with blurry faces coming at me, like standing up from the pews and walking towards me. And then someone grabs me and saves me. And it turns out it's this like underground, like rebel thing, because it's a dystopian dream,
That's so
And so
cool.
like I haven't touched that one yet, but yeah, so like that's just how my brain, I guess, helps me process things, because I was not in therapy at the time.
Still
I am
better than
now. It's great.
Morbius.
Still better than
Dude, I feel
wish
like I
I
could
had
rewrite a ton of movies. Like Jennifer Lawrence was talking about
Yeah.
regretting being in Passengers, and I saw that, and after that I'm like, that was not great. But if they switched it so it seemed like it was sweet at first, and then Chris Pratt was like this psychopathic like stalker, and it turned into a horror movie, it would have been real good, instead of
Yeah.
like Stockholm syndrome in
Yeah.
space,
Right.
and like
Yeah. I agree.
and then she could have murdered, killed him at the end and been able to somehow go back to sleep or something, like figure it out, because there was only one spot
right,
in the movie.
yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. And I'm sorry if that's spoilers for anyone. It's not a great movie.
I
It's
haven't
been out
watched
for
it.
a while. It's been out for a
been out
Yeah.
for
while.
a while.
Yeah, but you know, and I don't know. I just
No, it's
Yeah.
still like, oh my god, the creative process. Like, I'm still in awe. I'm sorry.
I just wish I could monetize it somehow because I can't figure that out. Like, why?
You
why?
should do channel point redeems. So like do
Yeah.
channel
Yeah.
point tell a dream.
That'd be cool.
And then
I-
like it
I could.
Oh my
Yeah.
and
god,
you get like the story brain flowing and people will tell their
I do have a
stories.
channel point reading for read a childhood journal entry.
that
Oh,
is
that's
so
good.
So
cute.
embarrassing.
I love that.
It's all like,
Hell yeah.
oh my gosh, do you know what Megan said to me today? Blah, blah, blah.
No, not
Oh
Megan.
my god.
I know,
Megan.
goddamn Megan. We used to be BFFs. Stab me in the back. No,
Oh my
but
gosh.
it's like that. Like the drama is just like,
Right, like the childhood levels of drama were just so different.
I
yeah.
used to do
Oh
that
my
too because of like Harriet the Spy. Harriet the
Oh,
Spy like
yes.
taught me to carry that journal around and
That's
write out my
awesome.
thoughts. And then my mom found it and she was like, "You can't do this." And I was like, "Oh," because she was like, "What if someone
Mom.
finds this?"
I
I
mean,
don't
she's
know.
not
She was
wrong.
anti-diary. She was looking out. I think she was like worried that someone might find it, which is a
Yeah.
real thing, you know. I
Mhm.
guess, you know. But then I grew up like a year later and found out like blogspot.com and was just like found out like
God.
Zanga,
Finally.
you know, Zanga, MySpace, and then
You're just like,
here
all
we are
right, here we
now.
go.
Yeah, like
For
I
you,
had like a
Mom, I'm
gap.
gonna write a journal online now where no
Yeah,
one will find
exactly.
it.
And like literally everyone can find it.
Right.
Oh. Anyways,
Yeah,
so I love
exactly.
this. I loved everything we
Mhm.
talked with you, Quill. Do we have any like? I feel like now would be the time to like throw out our last questions or
Yeah.
last bits. You know.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
like, what do we got? What do we got? Blue, you got anything?
I'm actually pretty good at this point too. Like, I'm happy that we were able to like uncover so much about each other and Quill. More importantly,
Yeah.
Quill definitely. And you know, it's funny because like when it comes to these kind of podcasts, I love it when things don't go exactly into plan and it becomes a bit more beautiful than, than
Yeah,
exactly
like
thought.
holy
Yeah,
crap.
like genuinely at first I thought like yeah we'll have a tangent about like Animal Crossing and stuff like that, but you know being able to like get into everybody's creative process is so cool. Like
Yeah.
as streamers, we're all different now, which is pretty great, right? Like you know, Lua.
It's amazing to see how everyone's changing and growing and coming into their own about different things. And some
Exactly.
streamers have stopped streaming to move on to jobs and things. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just interesting to see how it all happens, no matter what happens, you know?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I love seeing like I'm sorry, Blue, but like
yeah.
I love seeing how there are some people out there in the community that were streamers and some of them are ending that streaming journey but are still like, you know, when they post about like what's going on in their life, you know, getting that update, it still feels like, you know, we still have like a connection between each other as from the very beginning of Animal Crossing to like shaping it into a real life connection. You know, I really love that about being like a content creator because you know it's exactly what we were doing. We were just making all these connections with everybody, and to see how life has been going for them, it's very refreshing to be able to see like you know after all that craziness and chaos we've all probably have been through. It's great to see um, life picking back up. You know,
Mhm.
like life before COVID and before all of that stuff going on. It's really nice to see people are not just getting things back on track, but also rediscovering new things in life and being able to move forward to where they've always wanted to be. Like if I remember correctly, Hairless Kittens. No, I forget. It was either Hairless Kittens or someone else who made it to Japan, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I'm
I
not sure. That's amazing, though.
I
Whoever it is, that's congrats.
yeah,
Like, that's so cool.
somebody ended up going into Japan. You're amazing. I am so sorry. I cannot remember for the life of me.
Put it in the
But
in the description, like the person I was talking
yeah,
about.
if but like if I can't figure it out, like if you're in the
Yeah.
comments, make yourself known, and we are proud of you because I'm sorry. I really because like you know it's like those kind of moments where you're like, wow, we've come so far from like being so like locked down at home, being just here 24
That's
hours,
true.
talking to each other on a monitor on a screen to like literally moving to another country and being able to like continue whatever they were doing or to be able to move forward from what they were doing. It's just so amazing to still have that connection.
Mm-hmm. And the amazing friends we made along the way too. Like
Mhm.
all of you guys, god dang, like there's got to be a moment in time where all four of us do meet. Gotta be.
Oh yeah, no, we have to have like there has to be a Lou Blue 3412 IRL.
Oh yeah.
For reals.
Oh yeah.
For reals.
Like
absolutely.
Like ultimate end goal for this podcast is to see each other not in screen. You know, like we're all on a sofa. Well, probably
that'd be great.
I'll probably be an LCD screen, but I'm still there.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm kidding.
Have IRL friends. Have IRL friends. Don't Photoshop. You don't need to Photoshop your friends into photos, people. Have IRL friends.
Very quick, short tangent. It's just funny. Yeah. Like there was one podcast that they had a VTuber as a guest, and then she was just literally green screened into one of the seats, and it was just so funny to just look at it.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm gonna have to do for the rest of my life. I don't ever want to take a selfie with this man.
Sorry, Lou, you were saying?
I'm sorry. I was just looking at Quillpe. You know, I know she can't see me, but hey, listen. Got anything you want to shout out, Quillpe? Like hot ones?
What hot ones?
Yeah, no, we're rolling the red carpet for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well, are you doing anything cool coming up?
Let's see. It's kind of derailed a little bit. We did have a little bit of a tragedy in my community, so we're going to be celebrating someone's life. I'm hoping this week, if not this week, then next week we're gonna have. I'm hoping to get my capture card figured out again because it's been a second since Animal Crossing. But I'm hoping to have like a Mario Kart stream because they really enjoyed that game and stuff like that. And we're gonna be raising funds for their favorite library that they always hung out at to get a plaque in their name. So we're gonna do that and kind of celebrate them and celebrate our community around them and things like that because. In online friends are in real life family. So we're gonna be doing that. I have hopes for more singing streams in the future. I have hopes for I really want to start BioShock soon.
Yes.
I have it. I just
please.
I have 2 jobs coming up soon, so it's like all chaos. But and I'm also locally in a production of The Little Mermaid, so that's ramping up with the rehearsals. Yeah, I'm Flotsam, one of the evil eels. So
I love that.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It's gonna be awesome. I get to use Heelys. So, you know, I get a pair of Heelys and I get to skate around. So I'm practicing that. So I haven't had time to stream as much lately, but I'm hoping to pick it up again in the future because I miss everybody. I miss my family.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. That was amazing.
You're dope.
You're freaking dope. You freaking dope. I swear.
You're all dope.
Yeah, this was great. Thank
you so much for inviting me. This was so fun. Like I said, pick my brain anytime. I'm always willing to talk over content ideas or just shoot the shit or play games or whatever. And again, if it's months before we talk, we will just pick up where we left off. I enjoy talking to you all. So.
All right.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for coming here. Like seriously, first of all, for you to be like one of the first names that all 3 of us threw out for like to have a guest here on this show. Like it's so great to have you here. We love you, Q. Thank you so much.
I love you guys.
Being here.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, that was episode 2. Thank you so much for those of you who are watching.
Thanks for listening.
Watching,
subscribe,
listening. Yeah, you know. Find those follows and likes and subscribes.
Absolutely.
So like always, we're gonna go around and say where you can find us, our handles, and all that stuff. So Q, you can start us off by tell us where we can find you. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Thank you so much again for having me. My name is Quillpe, and you can find me on Twitch at QUILLPE, on Twitter and Instagram at QUILLPE TV, because someone already has the title. and TikTok at Quillpe as well. So check me out, and I'm hoping to have more content soon. Oh, and I'm in YouTube now. They let me have a handle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Handle. I am Quillpe over there.
Sick.
I got it. So
yes.
yeah. So I think I have 27 subscribed. Yeah, Dean subscribed to me. So yeah. Yeah. So I've been posting shorts over there or whatever they're called. So we out here. We trying.
Yes.
All right.
I'm proud of you.
We're proud of you.
We're so proud, Q. You've come a long way, dear, and it's so great to see where you are now.
All right. So with that being said, everybody, let's go ahead and say goodbye to the.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.